Okay, so I'm going to make a quick and easy. I just thought of this earlier today. It's something I've done before in the past. I just thought it would be kind of fun and lighthearted a little bit. And so, okay, let me start over here with that. We're going to make a crochet heart. I'm using a size J10 6mm crochet hook. The numbers are so fascinating on this crochet hook. J10 6mm crochet hook. So, okay, so I'm going to take and put the loose end over the main strand. Now we have a loop. Take the loop, fold it over the main strand, put your hook below the center strand, back up the opposite side. Now we have a slip knot. Now I can use a magic circle, but I don't want to. I want to use this to make it a little bit stronger. And I'm going to make 6 chains. 3 is probably not enough. 4, 5, 6. I'm going to join with the first stitch like this. So we're probably going to have a hole in the center here like this. So I'm going to use my new stitch that I learned related to just single crocheting in the previous stitch, because I'm going to be making squares. This one's going to be small. I will make a larger one because I think I'm going to have enough time in the video to make a larger one. So I'm going to do 2 and then 3. We're going to be making a square. And so I'm going to chain 2. I can't go live on TikTok at all right now. I'm just under restricted mode. I can't shut restricted mode off at all. And so I'm just under restricted. I don't mind actually being under it because of what I've seen. It's overload for me, especially having PTSD and then people accusing me of lying. I can't do it. I'm so thankful for restricted mode for adults right now. I can't tell you how much I'm thankful for restricted mode on TikTok, and I am. That's one thing I'm thankful for today, is that someone gave me restricted mode. And it does it's like I am the first to admit that when these things bother me that much, a child should not be exposed to what I've seen on TikTok and the hatred that comes out of it. It's toxic hatred over politics and worldwide dialogue. What I've seen, I can't handle it, because then all it does is makes me feel bad about myself and question why I'm even here. And so I am so thankful that I'm on restricted mode on TikTok. I can't tell you how thankful I am being put under that and that I can't shut it off. I was going to live stream this, but I can't actually do it. So I'm doing it on YouTube. I need my watch hours anyway on YouTube, so I'm better serving myself here. And most YouTubers know we're better serving ourselves on YouTube because okay, I'm going to use this example. Imagine every single website right now that tries to start, every app is going to be overloaded with this worldwide drama that's unregulated. And so, but let me continue. How do I want to do this? I need to be in the center. How am I going to do this? I chain 1 and then I'm going to work a single crochet. And so I try really hard to not be too much of, but it's overload. So what I'm going to do is work a single crochet. And now I'm going to work, I did 4. I should have only done 3. Shucks, I did 4. Did I do? No, I didn't. I did 3. This one looks really fat. So I'm working a valentine. So what I'm going to work is, I kind of want to do triple crochet because I like the really fat heart. Let's do triples. Okay, so let's just see how many we need. I'm playing it by ear. 1, 2, and let me explain the triple crochet here. I'm going to wrap the yarn around my hook twice like this. Put my hook through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. That's the triple crochet. Now I've completed 3. So 4, 5, and 6, 7. That is still not enough. Let's keep going. We're going to keep on trucking. 8. Let's do 10. 9 and 10. Okay, that's perfect. Okay, now let's work. We can do a single crochet or a slip stitch. This looks like it's going to work out because of the fact that it makes it nice and rounded, and so it's not one of the hearts that is, gosh, if we wanted to, I'm going to show you this, what we can do too. If we wanted to, we can do an extended single crochet like this, if we want to, and push it on down deeper like that. So there's 2 ways. Maybe I should leave it there and see how that looks. There's 2 ways we can do this. Let me go ahead, let me leave that there, and we're going to work we're going to skip the first double crochet and work a 10 triple crochet in the center double crochet for, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I need to unwrap. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm using some of my, they call it t-shirt yarn. It's that nice soft yarn. That's what I'm using right now. It's expensive though. Let's see. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, just like that. And then single crochet here in the corner. So let's take a look here at what we've got. Yeah, perfect. Look at what we got, a heart here. Now if I wanted to, I like that. And this is what creates owl faces too. So let me work down the sides a little bit here. We're going to work on, do I want just single? Yeah, let's just do some single crochet. 1, 2, 3. And so we can kind of do 1 and then just 1, 2, and then 1, and then 1, 2, 3, single crochet, and then we will slip stitch. Yeah, slip stitch right in here. I'm using a size J 6 crochet hook. It's a size J10 6mm crochet hook. So that completes our heart. You see how quick and easy that is? How long have I been on here? 8 minutes. So I completed the heart that fast. So this is the size of the crochet hook. So I'm estimating that the heart itself is maybe about 5 to 6 inches long, possibly. Let's see, here's a, I was trying to find something that, here, okay, here's a pen. Here's the length of a pen. So you can kind of have an idea how long the heart is. I don't have anything to measure with right now. So it's just kind of giving you an idea of how big the heart is. It's big, but it's not that big, and it's not that tiny either. It's not a tiny, we could make a tiny heart. Maybe I should do that because I've got plenty of time. We can rip it out, and then I can do another one. How about we do that? We'll make another one smaller. And so we remember this length here. So this is the end of the hook right here. It goes over here, and we've got this much length left over here. I always thought this was kind of a fun photo, like this. But now if we look, okay, Do you see the faces here? How many holes do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we've got 6 holes. We've got eyes here. See, I see eyes here. There's a nose right here, 2 eyes right here in our heart. With AI, this works. This works perfect. And gosh, I should take, you know what I'm going to do? No, I'm just not going to do it right now. I'll do it a little bit later. I was going to take a picture of it and then try to get AI to have eyes come out right here in this spot. I think that would be such a cool picture to transform this into an AI image where there's 2 sets of eyes in the heart, a nose right here, and then there's sort of a mouth right here. And, you know, turn it into like a face, you know, because I'll take something like this when I'm drawing and put it on a dog. And so, I mean, that's just the direction. I'm not the only one who does this either. This is why it works so well right now at this time on the internet, because of the imagination and direction we can go with mixing things up. And so, okay, let's pull this apart. Okay, we're just going to frog this one, frog it, and make a smaller heart. I'm going to make a much smaller heart this time. It'll probably only be more closer to 3 inches, possibly, if even that big. I'm not sure. We'll just have to wait and see how big it is when it's done. And so I'm completely starting over, pulling this apart, just like this. I am going to use the same chain 6 I had. So I'm going to hook this back on up like this, hook that back on up, and we're going to hook this in through here like that. And so I'm debating, do I want to do half double crochet? Let's do half or single. Let's do single crochet to make it smaller. 1, 2, 3, and then 1, and then we'll chain 1 between. Chain 1 between. I want to make it kind of loose so I can tell. Okay, so work. Is that going to be enough? No, that's not enough. Good grief. I might have to do chain 2 so I can actually see where my chains are at. I'm going to have to do a chain 2. And that's only so I can see where my chains are at. So I have a little point right here, and I can easily tell where my chains are at. That's why I'm doing a chain 2. Now, if you, I mean, you could literally just put in 12 single crochet and then crochet. Maybe I'll do that instead and show you how that's done. Let's just do 12. Let's make it a little bit harder. Okay, so we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12, just like that. Okay, so we've got 12 here. We are going to join right here in this stitch. Okay, so we don't have a square. We don't need a square for this one. We don't need a square for any of them, but I do like the squares for making the hearts. And so this time what I'm going to do, this one's going to be smaller. So I'm going to skip 1 stitch. So I need to have like 1, 2, 2, 3. So I'd be at a corner. So what I'm going to do is work double crochet this time. Skip 1, and I'm going to work 10 double crochet at least. 1, 2, 3. I'm working all of them in the same stitch. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so I can skip 1 stitch. I can skip 1 stitch if I want to, or I can just work through here. I can do a slip stitch or a single crochet. And so that's giving me a great big loopy heart right there. So I'm just going through here, or I can go through a single crochet depending on how big I want, uh, how much I want this part pulled down. Now I kind of like this right here though, the 6, but I could make it smaller if I wanted to in the future. It's just up to me. Now I'm going to skip one, and I'm going to do the same thing, working 10 double crochet. There's one. Now a double crochet is yarn over your hook, put it through the stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So we've got 2 stitches. Okay, we've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so what I'm going to do is skip this stitch, and I'm going to work a slip stitch right here. Now we've got something here that this kind of looks funny. Doesn't it look funny? Looks like the heart's not quite complete yet, but we do have a distinct face here, which is kind of fun. Okay, so we're gonna make, we've got 3 distinct geometric circles and shapes here that are kind of hugging on each other. Now what I want to do here next is I want to make a point at the end of my heart, because I don't think my heart looks very good being flat like this. So what I want to do is work on over here, and I want to work 1, 2 single crochet. Now I want to work a chain of 3, and then I want to work 1, 2 single crochet, and then slip stitch over here. And then let's see if we have something that looks more like a heart. We do! Oh my goodness! Look at that! And so that's what's so much fun about these types of designs like this. Let's do something else with this too. It kind of looks like a bearded heart. I would literally call this a bearded heart, kind of like a goatee type of a heart, bearded heart. Let's pull this out, and we're going to make it, we're going to do something else with it. I just thought let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and okay, slip stitch in here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and slip stitch in here like this, slip stitch, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we shall slip stitch in here like this, and then we'll work 1, 2 in the same stitch, slip stitch over here. Oh my goodness. Oh, I love this. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I totally love this. And so I'm just thinking this up as I go along. I love this heart. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm excited about this heart. Do you see that? I love this heart. Now, I've not really seen any much of this on YouTube at all or across the internet, what I just did here. I've not seen much of it at all. It's just kind of the basic standard heart. And so, yeah, I really like this one a lot. So I was calling the other one a goatee heart because it kind of looked like a beard. It is a bearded heart, you know, when we look at it. And then we've got the 3 up here at the top, which is sort of a crown. It's upside down crown. So if someone was creating a new product or a brand, you could literally use an upside down heart, and you could have this shape here and this shape here as a brand, and then kind of have a crown on the top like this, sort of as, you know, I mean, but you know, I like the idea of it being for everybody though, not branded. I like the idea of things being for everyone in that sense. And so this heart is going to be for future crocheters on the internet, which is what it's supposed to be. Otherwise, we get confined and restricted too much related to branding and trademark policy and things like that. So I know there's probably crochet people who are jumping at the chance to make things like this for you know, for whatever reason. People want to be included, not excluded. They want to be included in this. But my next drawing is going to be a little bit political. It's going to be a political religious. It's it's going to be political religious. It's called corporate Biblehood. That's the direction I'm going with my next drawing. It's going to be satire, political, corporate Biblehood is the direction we're going, and so the direction I'm going with it. And so this literally gives me more ideas for the future. Now, I'm glad I remembered my square into a heart. So we can literally turn a square into a heart, as I did with my previous video. We turned a circle into multiple circles, geometric shapes, and we put a beard on a heart. I think this would make a fun drawing too. So for example, I would ask AI with the Chat GPT and Gemini and Grok, I would ask all of them, so what I would want to do is take this face and even the other one that I had, because I see a face here. And so for people who have always told me I'm crazy and a lunatic, this is pareidolia. I do see faces here. There's an eye, a nose, and a small mouth, however we want to look at it. But it's just kind of like the skull shape. This is called using our imagination. So I know there's a lot of people who don't like to use their imagination. I do. And so this is where my logic comes from with a lot of things related to geometric shapes and just kind of having fun with geometric shapes in teaching things that are sort of abstract and free form. What's the other word I'm looking for? Abstract, free form, asymmetrical. Asymmetrical is the word I'm looking for. So this would be considered, you know, asymmetrical is things that are not perfectly, you know, like we had a square, you know, a square is a square. I mean, I like asymmetrical. Asymmetrical to me is the planet Earth. This describes the planet Earth to me. This is why I don't align with corporate Biblehood and the corporate scripted things, you know, when we don't talk about things. Okay, a good example for me is religion wants to stay on topic, on script. That does not set well with me. So that means that I'm not interested in the traditional religion. And a lot of people find that hard to believe. However, the thing I'll say is the baby boomer generation and even Generation X, it doesn't set well with them either. All of us are saying on the internet right now, well, yeah, we just went along with the program because we got in trouble for it. Then we just didn't say anything because we were in an environment where we couldn't really speak about it because we knew we were going to get our behinds whooped if we talked bad about religion, right? And so for me, even 10 years ago, that was the direction I wanted to talk about, was not being fond of corporate Biblehood and churchianity and things like that. You know, so I don't like to be put in a bottle. You know, it's like putting someone in a corner with a dunce cap on. And that came up on TikTok yesterday. But I am so glad I'm on a restricted account right now on TikTok, because I can't handle what they're doing. They have to do that themselves. And if they're people who are paid either through Wall Street or through the intelligence agencies, I'm not paid to do that banter back and forth. And so it just doesn't make me feel good. It doesn't make me feel good. It's not going to make your child feel good. And I'm an old person. That's one thing I have to say. I'm an old person. And so I think I'm going to stop right here. And I'm probably going to do my corporate Biblehood video next. So it's going to be a drawing. And it is, I'm telling you in advance, it is kind of political a little bit. It's political because religion is always saying, well, we don't do politics and religion. I'm putting them together because we're on .com. Com is commercial, which means it's commercial and political at the same time. And so, so let me finish this video up, and then we're going to do a drawing of corporate Biblehood. Now, the reason I'm doing corporate Biblehood is because the topic of corporations or people too came up again, which attached it to Goldman Sachs. Goldman Sachs has the corporations or people too, Grover Nordquist, and the 50, I think it's a 501c3, and so the corporate personhood falls under Goldman Sachs, is what I discovered this morning. And so I think they probably had mentioned that before. They just keep mentioning it over and over again. They know it's wrong, but they continue doing it because they want the politicians to set an act of some sort to say, okay, this isn't right, but look what you're doing to our country with this money. And so they're trying to get them to wake up. They're trying to get the politicians to wake up, which they won't, it seems like. So this tells me right now, I said this morning on TikTok, I told some guy, then I got immediately kicked off his panel. Well, restricted. He didn't do it. The guy didn't do it. I just got restricted. I said, well, you know what? This just tells me that every single politician right now needs to be arrested because they're violating the emoluments clause, which this includes the president. This includes every single politician, because they don't even understand how our own country is working. The money and the damage that is taking place, I've explained this over and over and over again, and they don't listen. They don't listen. And it's like, well, when we take a hands-off approach and we have church who is telling people that, well, we don't, we don't need a government. It's like, well, why did we have one to begin with? And you have benefited handsomely, very handsomely, from a lot of things that go through Wall Street. A lot of these Wall Street companies have donated to churches so they can get their roofs repaired, so they can stay in business and things like that. I don't object to that, when we're all taken care of. But when we have this anti-sentiment from the churches, then that becomes a problem. And I know a lot of people on the local levels have said that with churches, they don't want to pay taxes. So if nobody's in the church, then the fire department and police don't have to respond. If there's a fire, they can just let the church burn. But the police and the fire department will respond to get the people out of the church, to save the people who do pay taxes, to save lives, because that's their hypocritical oath, or their oath to the people, to save lives. But they don't have to save the building. They don't have to save the church. So we're going to talk about corporate Biblehood here after I'm done with this. So let me end this. And I love this. You see, this is where when my brain is not distracted and it can settle down, I can think things through pretty thoroughly. But thankfully, there's other people. I know they're in the same position that the rest of us have been in now, with seeing the nonsense of everything that's taking place. And so, it doesn't mean they're any smarter than the rest of us, because they're not. They're just at the place of frustration. Oh, and a new word came up. I'm not going to say it, but it's a F. It's a combination of the F word and frustration, and then you've got the C and the K in there. It's F-stration, and it is basically what it says is it's a extended, more intense frustration than the traditional frustration, and it came up on TikTok. So. They're understand some of them who have chosen to go on there are understanding it. So thanks for watching, and we will be doing a drawing here soon of our corporate Biblehood, churchianity.